Hello everyone, my name is Robert Bomar again, and I'd like to read out of the New King James Version of the Bible and Matthew in the New Testament, out of Matthew chapter 5 and verse 19 and 20 verse. Whosoever, 19, whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. 20 verse. For I say unto you that except your righteousness shall exceed the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees, ye shall in no case enter into the kingdom of heaven. Okay, now I'd like to turn over to in the book of Acts and read chapter 23 and 2-3 verses here. But when Paul, this used to be Saul in the Bible, but now he changed his name to Paul. And he claimed to be an apostle, one of Jesus' apostles, okay, and it says, verse 6, but when Paul perceived the one part were Sadducees and the other Pharisees, he cried out in the council, men and brethren, I am a Pharisee. He's telling them he's a Pharisee. I am a Pharisee, the son of a Pharisee. Of the hope and resurrection of the dead I am called in question. 7. And when he had so said, there arose a decision between the Pharisees and the Sadducees, and the multitude was divided. And we'll go to verse 8. For the Sadducees say that there is no resurrection, neither angels nor spirit, but the Pharisees confess both. 9. And there arose a great cry, and the scribes that were of the Pharisees part rose and strove, saying, we find no evil in this man. But if a spirit or an angel has spoken to him, let us not fight against God. But see, Jesus is telling you, if your righteousness does not exceed the righteousness of a scribe and a Pharisee, you will not enter into the kingdom of heaven. And here he says he's a Pharisee, and he's the son of the Pharisee. He's telling everybody that, and he's the one that wrote all these letters to get all the Christian people killed and had them stoned to death. He had Stephen stoned to death, and then they laid down the clothes at his feet. And he spoke out after Stephen was killed, stoned to death. And he was a true Christian. But still, see, we're back up to 6. It says, but when Paul perceived that one part of were Sadducees and other Pharisees, he cried out in the council, men and brother, I am a Pharisee, the son of the Pharisee. Now, that's in the book of Acts. Now, we're back up. And this is red words in the King James Version of the Bible. And this is St. Matthew chapter 5, verse 20. This is Jesus speaking now. These red words, this is Jesus' own words. For I say unto you, that except your righteousness shall exceed the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees, ye shall in no case enter into the kingdom of heaven. So right there, Paul saying he's a Pharisee, the son of Pharisee, and then the scribes is all in there. So, according to this, Paul, he tells all kind of stories, and you can read through the Acts and Romans and a lot of his books, and it's hard to understand his kind of religion. But anyway, he says, I'm a Pharisee, the son of Pharisee, in chapter 23 of the book of Acts. And this is verse 6. Now he's bragging. He's telling them, I'm a Pharisee and I'm a son of the Pharisee. Well, Jesus says right here, if your righteousness does not exceed the righteousness of the scribes and the Pharisees, ye shall in no case enter into the kingdom of heaven. So that'll separate you and give you, put your thinking cap on. Don't believe everything that's written in there. Not about Paul. He's going to tell you all kind of stories. You believe Jesus. That's the name I just already spoke about. We go through the name of Jesus. We got to believe in the name of Jesus and go through his name. It's all about Jesus Christ. And thank you, and God bless every one of you. And pray for me, and I'll pray for you again. And God bless.